Alright, I think we're live. Alright, welcome to another episode of Dingus Hammer.
Woo!
With us today is firstly Kamrat. Kamrat, you there?
Yeah.
Yes, alright. Then we got with us doing a video for the channel, Skaven Daisy, Chris.
What up, guys?
And
Woo! And
All
we're
right.
here to do a review for Bighorn GT. Bighorn GT. Bighorn GT, not just rats.
the heavily infested GT. Alright, so the lists are in, the matchups are in. Should we just go by the matchups?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first up, we're gonna have Noah versus Josh Guerin. So, lists. Where's Noah? Two warriors of the Dark Gods playing against each other. So, Chris, do you want to go through Noah's list?
Sure, let's do it. So we've got a sorcerer on a Wasteland Behemoth with the additional limb, so only a 4+ save, but moves 20 to easily get occultism in the way, and Hero's Heart for some punch. A Chosen Lord on a Chimera, clearly not afraid of cannons. Assault paired with Symbol of Slaughter, so he's got, 7 attacks at offensive 9 or something crazy. Then he's got Gluttony, so he can get up to Strength 6 if he doesn't pursue his first time, so that's pretty good. Pretty Naked Doom Lord with Kingslayer just to get the character bunkers and kill them off. 20 Sloth Warriors, no weapon upgrades, so that's interesting. With the Zealots banner, why put Zealots on if you're not going to have Halberds or something? That's kind of strange, but whatever. 7 Fallen for some chaff, 6 Forsworn for a place for the Doom Lord to hang out. 7 Warrior Knights, 2 packs of Warhounds, and a Hellmaw with 2 Ominous Gateways. So clearly teleporting around the 3 units. I wish he'd had a little bit more than that to teleport around. Usually when you see Hellmaws, you've got multiple things that can take advantage of it, but with only 3 or 4, kind of feels a little lacking in my thought. But what do you guys think?
I think you brought up the good point that he has the warriors without any weapon for sure. That's weird to have the big bunker like that with Zealous banner and not having any weapons to add extra strength. Overall, I think I like the list. I think it's just the mobility that the Helmo provides for the list is great.
Yeah.
Sorcerer on the Behemoth
Pretty
is
okay.
kind of risky, but
That's how you play that. Yeah, very risky. But Noah doesn't care, dude. Noah's a mad lad.
We're talking about Noah.
But Noah.
I don't know him.
he's just a random dude from our club.
He's gonna lose.
So what do you
Sorry,
think
no.
on the list? Oops.
Noah is the king of the Warpstone addicts. Big crackhead energy.
This list isn't a crackhead list. This list is probably. I'd go Vermingard. I guess it's okay. It's not top tier or anything like that. There's definitely some room for improvement, but he's still got things that are going to give people hard times. And the fact that he's got that super mobile sorcerer, he's got that Chimera Lord that if you don't have cannons, it's gonna be real hard to bring down. Vermingard.
2 units of chaff. So one is saying Vermingard, one is saying Warpstone Addict. So how about we put him into the slave category?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sounds about right. We're opening up with a mirror matchup. The 2 warriors going to be facing each other, and he's playing Guerin,
Josh Guerin.
the legendary open bar king.
The king of stats himself.
Big dick energy at its finest.
That's it. So he's got the Feldrak ancestor with super decks.
Jolo is here. Oh my god! Wait, I was surprised.
You didn't hear Jolo jump in like 5 minutes ago?
I was quiet until now.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
Things that seemed mildly important, and I wasn't sure how far you guys were in.
So we're about to
we
talk about
finally did.
Gurren.
His picture showed up at the bottom. I mean, it's not that hard to not see him, guys. Come on. Are you guys already high?
I have
Or
my
drunk.
stream open and I have excuses. I was pouring beer and more excuses.
I'm also drinking beer and I'm eating pizza, so I'm very distracted right now.
There you
This
go.
very tough life I'm living. I'm getting ready for the big game next week.
So we got Gurren with Feldrag Ancestor, with pair weapons, supernatural dexterity, sorcerer, Veilwalker, black steed, wizard master, occultism, plate armor, talisman of the void. Another adept with alchemy, plate armor, pair weapons, hero's heart, magical heirloom, talisman of shielding. 20 warriors with paired weapons. Oh no,
Agreed.
all of the weapons. Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Also Zealous Banner, 8 by horsemen chosen with greed also, rending banner. Oof. 4 Feldrags with halberds, 5 warrior knights, 5 flayers with shields and skinning lash, and 5 warhounds. Damn! Now he fixed the mistake that Noah did with warriors by having greed. Also, he's chosen having rending banner and then having Feldrags with halberd. I think he'll do great in his first matchup.
Yeah. I mean, this is monster light for Josh. Josh has typically gone with, 2 elders and an ancestor and a giant or more.
Yeah, and now he brings
but
2 wizards.
Yeah. This is definitely a more well-rounded list, I think. I'm wondering, I wish he'd put the adept on a horse, just because him being on foot, yeah, he's got plate armor and talisman shielding, but he's still going to get attacked. If you put him in the front of those warriors, and you're taking away much better attacks from the warriors by putting him there. So I kind of think that's a bit of a miss there. Other than that, the 8 barbarian horsemen with great weapons have been real popular. The chosen with greed are going to be great. Feldbacks and halberds. He's got a lot of ability to do any type of killing that he needs to because of the greed, and I think it's going to do him well in that first matchup, like you said.
Yeah, especially since it's going to be also hold the center. I think that he has a better list. Just go in there and stand there. And the Feldrags with halberds, they're going to do work also against Noah. But mainly the first issue is, where do we put him? Gurren.
We can put him where he is naturally, an abomination. No, I'm just kidding, love Josh.
Are we though?
Are we though? The open bar king himself.
I'm good with Avon. It's a pretty good list. He'll have some struggles with non-monster mash lists, I think, but he's still got some play in the greed stuff like we talked about. So I'm good with Avon.
Yeah, it's also the addition of rending banner is gonna be useful in the first matchup. Like, in general, I think you're right. I think you're right that he went heavy anti-monster. All right, what do we have next? Next we have Ryan Dorsey and Dennis. I'm not gonna butcher your last name.
Lavalier.
Skaven Lord. What's hard about that? You played Skaven.
Yeah. No, I was talking about his last name, not the Skaven Lord. His last name is Lavalier.
On the thing, it says his last name is Skaven Lord. How hard is that?
Yeah. But let's start with Ryan. So we got Beast Hairs. Pablo, do you want to go through them?
Oh, sure.
Slapping pizza.
Yeah. Ryan has a beast giant with a brooded tree, a Gore-Tex, 2x5 gargoyles, 27 long herds with halberds, musician champion, 5 minos with full command, 8 feral hounds, 20 wild turns with throwing weapons, ambush, musician, 19 wild turns with prepared weapons, throwing weapons, ambush, musician champion, 3 raiding chariots, beast chieftain BSB with a greater totem bearer, and Agor's infliction and a great weapon. That was a master shamanism soothsayer with treacherous cunning, and dark rain and ancestral carvings on shamanism. And then finally, a Mino warlord with Destiny's Call, paired weapons, plus encryptions, chromatography, and crown of horns. So push it forward, trying not to fail any leadership tests, and then just trying to get in real fast with a lot of pressure. Right, honey?
It sucks.
She has spoken. Oracle has spoken.
Sorry, Cammy said.
So here finally went with Gortach and the Giant instead of the Cyclops. Interesting. So
I want to say, my question is this: if this is a shove it down my throat type list, I would expect to see more than just one monster. I mean, the Giant's kind of a monster, sure. One monster, one pack of chariots, and one unit of Longhorns, and a baby set of Minos. It feels a little lackluster to go full forward when somebody can come up with something like Guren's list or whatever and go, cool, bring that stuff forward, and I'm going to charge you and blow through you.
I mean,
He's going to get the charge off on Guren because of the chaff advantage, and then Shamanism is good to have too with this kind of list. Like it's going to help him in all those combat matchups.
Yeah.
Plus the totems too. On top of that, like, oh man, those totems are really good, and he has, it's like a lot of redundancy where he has like the totem for the extra attack and AP, and then +1 strength, then like distracting or break the spirit. Right, there's a lot of good opportunities there.
Oh yeah, shamanism's not the question. It's just I'd like to have seen another brick for shove it down my throat, but that's just me maybe thinking big block stuff.
Okay.
Contextually, too, he's playing against me and Yudon all the time, and I think he's sick of getting shot off the tables. So.
Oh, you think Shamanism and Dark Rain is an indication of anything?
2 ambushers? Yeah, maybe. Could be anything.
All right, and what do you think? Where do we put the Ryan?
What's up, dudes?
Yo, Rob.
Oh, hey, what's up, Rob?
Oh, hello. So we just talked about Ryan's list, and where do we place him?
I feel some slave energy from that list.
Do you feel slave
really?
energy?
Yeah.
I think it's strong list. I mean, I played against something similar to it, the 2 monsters. I think it's somewhere around A-bomb.
That's what I would say. A-bomb.
Okay. Kamrat, where do we put the Ryan? Vermingard, A-bomb, slaves.
We can do Vermingard. Let's go Vermingard. Let's split the difference.
Vermingard. Okay.
Wait. Explain this thing to me. What in the hell is this?
Well, so because it's not Bighorn GT anymore, it's Rathorn GT. We're doing a Vermin Swarms flavored tier list.
Wait, when did that name change?
I mean, it's a joke, Rob.
What?
After everybody sending their Vermin Swarm lists.
Because of the testing?
What do those things mean?
Just tiers.
See?
Vermin Demons.
So we're going
So here you go.
through the tiers, basically. There is Vermin Demon, Abomination, Vermingard, Slaves, and Warpstone Addict. I'm surprised we don't have addicts yet.
I think it should have been Addict. Like, Addict doesn't have to correlate with like a list that like is like the worst. It just has to be like very Bing Bong. And I think that list is pretty Bing Bong because Noah is the king of Bing Bong. The king of Bing. Noah Dorsey.
Nobody can-
We'll think about it.
Except Ryan.
Who is Ryan playing against Skaven Lord?
Dennis Levin.
All right, Rob, do you want to go for that list, for Dennis' list, as an expert?
Well, I'm definitely not an expert. Let's see here. 3 Swarm Priests, huh? 1 on the bell. See that? Okay, looks like he did do the Triumvirate. I'm still not sure how I feel about that rule. I don't run Triumvirates on mine. But if you're making a list, if you want to bomb them with the Thaumaturgy, I can see it. But still not sure how I feel about that Triumvirate rule. Those that have seen my list, this is the exact opposite, so I'm unfamiliar with a few of these things. The Bloodfoot, Legate. Got the Secrets of the Doomblade. Don't leave home without it. Let's see here. So I'm assuming the other one, the Greater Eagle Standard, Is that like a BSB kind of guy?
Yeah, he can
In
be
general,
reroll. He can reroll minimized without being within general's range.
Oh, I see. And then he's got the senator there. Yeah, looks like he's just kind of there to survive and hand out some leadership. Big unit of Black Fur veterans. Got to have the Eagle Standard with the Legion Standard. Same thing. 2 big units of Legionnaires. Eagle Standard, Legion Standard. Then the Velites. I haven't used those, but I could see how they would be effective. I think they're, throwing those slings could cause some damage here and there. Small unit of them. Got to have the big Plague Disciples. But he's going with the Blades. That's interesting. I run mine with the Great Weapons. Flaming Standard's always good. And then 3 units of Marmillo Brutes with rotary guns. Banner of Speed on each. Huh. That's I've never seen that before. And then the good old-fashioned, what they used to call that gun now, it's called the Ratchet Moss Rifle. What was that used to, the Warp Lightning Cannon. Yeah, that's what it used to be called.
Well,
that's a mouse rifle.
Those
definitely an
3
audit
units.
list.
Yeah, those 3
Holy
units of
shit.
Brutes. That's interesting. I've never seen that before.
Junkie. Dennis is going to be the one guy that's fucking higher than me at the tournament the entire time. You can tell in his list building process.
Why? Is it a good list?
It's interesting.
No, it's a
But
full
it-
Warpstone addict list.
Yeah, I definitely think it's an addict list. I think
He spent 150 points to make 9 guys go 1 inch further.
Let's go.
I
Dude,
don't
he was straight
understand
high
that.
when he made this list.
You fucking won't, dude. You fucking won't is what he said.
Well, they can. That
Okay.
lets him move 15, right? For 1 turn, and they
No,
normally move
that's
12.
It means they can move 7 and shoot. So we've got a 21 inch threat range with his, or 25 inch threat range with
25,
his.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of the one that lets you march once per game. Okay.
Not relentless. No.
Yes.
I would much rather have seen him drop one of those units, banners of speed, and made each of the units a bit larger, or his core units larger, or something. It's just, he's got a lot of small stuff here.
I don't understand also having slings without a musician.
The nice thing about having those banners, though, is that if he goes first and his opponent deploys on the line, they can all shoot in turn 1.
Yup. Hitting on 5.
Checkmate.
You can still do it. You have a
You can
unit of
do it.
4s, and then you have a musician in there. You reform first turn, and then you move maximum distance, and you still can shoot with 2 of them without the banner of speed. So you're getting 1 guy shooting for the price of banner of speed. Also, I don't know the flaming standard on the Flag Disciples. I don't understand having the Alchemist Alloy and Talisman of Shielding on the General. It looks like he won't be in any fight either way, so if you want to...
It's beyond your comprehension.
Yes, it's beyond my comprehension for sure.
You heard it here first. You know, it's been stumped.
It's definitely a crazy damn list for
No book on the Thaumaturgy Wizard. This is straight. He's warpstoning. Just
Yes.
give him warpstone and move on.
Oh, I already did. So
Okay.
against Ryan, we didn't do also first matchup. First matchup against Josh and Noah. Who's gonna win? I'm voting Josh.
Yeah, I think unofficially said Josh.
Yeah, we all said Josh.
We all said Josh. Okay, the next. So over here, between Ryan and Dennis.
I go Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan for sure. With the Dark Rain and the ambushing and all that.
But yeah, all that. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
As long as Ryan don't park his monster and other important stuff, like people did against Chris in the unit of the Doomblade. I just have flashbacks from looking at his games and seeing just like big monsters or large units parked in the Doomblade and just Chris just going, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand.
I mean, the Doomblade these days is pretty much a nuke catcher.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to charge into it and you're going to die. But most people know what to do, not to do that. I mean, Jolo's not going to send the tank into the Doomblade.
Jolo.
You never know. Paul. I wouldn't be so sure about that.
What's the AP value on the Doomblade now? Didn't they change it to AP3?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, so now you can send your tank. And what could go wrong? Alright, so we're all voting that he's a Warpstone addict and Ryan got it. Brandon versus James.
Let's go, Brandon. Every time.
Alright, let's go. Chris, you're gonna go through it?
Sure. The stock Mino Warlord, Agor's paired weapons with Blessed, Crown Horns, Soothsayer, Wizard Master Shamanism on the Chariot with Dark Rain and Talisman of Shielding, so please don't shoot me. Mino Chieftain, so going double Mino with that. Destiny's Call, Twin Hungers, okay. 3 Raiding Chariots, 2 Ambushing 18 packs with throwing weapons, 10 Mongol Raiders for some chaff, double 7 Minos with Flaming Standards and Blackwing Totem. So we want to go first, we want to go fast, and we don't want you to have regen if you're bringing Druidism. 5 Scouting Gargoyles and 2 Razor Tuskers for some more chaff.
I don't think those Minotaurs are flaming star because of the Druidism. I think it's more of Abominations and Amount of Skaven in this tournament.
Sure, but I mean, either way, it's, for, stopping whatever that has regen, which
Yes.
Druidism is the easy way to say it, so sure.
Oof. He definitely has been bad touched by some shooting with the Dark Rain. What's going on? All the beasts are appearing in the Dark Rain.
Dark Rain, how they're shooting avoidance.
Jolo, you're happy that you didn't bring your Cavalists this time?
Probably. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it.
I don't know.
It's fun to charge weapons.
Yeah.
So where do we
Well,
What is Dark Rain again?
-2
Hi,
to
Jolo.
shoot.
So the first turn, if the opponent gets first turn, it's -2 to shoot. If Beasters takes first turn, it's -1 to shoot. But only applies in the first turn.
Like on the whole battlefield?
Yep.
That is a strong list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
a
good one.
fast list. They're gonna try to hurry and get there.
And any big weakness that anybody sees in this list?
Frenzy.
Yeah, frenzy baiting.
Yeah.
Twins of
Yeah.
Minotaurs.
That's the biggest thing, is just the frenzy, but aside from that, it's pretty strong. The only thing I would say too is that, well, he has the gargoyles. Never mind.
Yeah,
That's
he's
pretty
got
good.
things to put in front of himself to not get frenzy baited, and he's got the discipline on the guys in the ambushing in the back to hopefully not fail those panics. So he's took the precautions he needs to, I think.
I think so, and the Shamanism is great on Beast Hearts. I think it's way better right now than the Druidism, especially in singles. So
Yeah, he's got a really strong list here. I think the most vulnerable part is probably his wizard on a chariot, but he's kind of built like a tank, so.
and that was a trickster scanning, isn't that thing that you have to reroll the
Reroll the wound.
Yeah,
Halo wound,
yeah. So it's not. I think. Should we put him in the Vermin Demon?
Well, he's more of a venereal disease than vermin demon, but sure.
So he's gonna go against James.
James Silva? I'm just kidding.
Is James? Yeah, he's got
Go.
that Dark Elves again. He did pretty good with that at the Wicked.
Oh man, this is the exact opposite list that Brandon wants to go against.
Right.
Oh my gosh! Did he bring the Manticore Wizard again?
Yep.
All right, let's talk about this chump. Pablo, talk through the C's list.
Okay. As per tradition, I'm gonna start from the bottom. Got a Miss Leviathan, 3 Gorgons with Halberd, 29 Judicators with Banner of Speed, Champ Musician, 30 with the same loadout, 2x5 Shadow Riders, 28 Temple Militants with Running Banner, Full Command, 29 with Running Banner, Full Command, an X-Touch on Divination, BSB, Seal of the Republic, Grey Weapon, Cleansing Light, Rod of Battle, and then a Warlock Outcast General Manticore on Witchcraft with a Hero's Heart, and Essence of Mithril with Thousand Shielding and Cinnarin Scales.
All
Are
right.
temple militants are those just like core dread elves?
They're like Witch Elves, what the Witch Elves turn them do. Yeah.
3 attacks apiece, re-rolling 1s to wound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, +1 to wound, +1 to... Yeah.
So he basically didn't win Wicked, so he decided that he really needs to prove that this Manticore Wizard is worth shit. And this time there's going to be less cannons, because he knows that I'm not playing, so it's safer for him, right?
Yeah, he's just scared of you, Jeff.
Well, yeah, he talks shit how he wants to play me, and then he didn't have enough points to even try to play me.
No, of course not. Yeah, that's what they all say.
Yeah. So, how do you judge this list? I mean, it is a pretty combat list, weak to cannons.
I mean, Joe would shoot him to death in a heartbeat.
I was gonna say it's not that quick. It is not that quick.
It's not that quick. It's
It's
very
got a lot of
combat.
bodies. I think he's a great counter for his matchup, but I think that he's going to
Everything
have problems against some of the
no. He's discipline 8.
What are adjudicator?
Executioners.
Yeah.
The what?
Great weapons.
Executioner.
Oh shit. Okay.
Right. The 6 is going to run 2 units of Minos into 120 elves that go before he does and wounds him on 4s or better. It's not going to go well for him.
Yeah, this is like the perfect counter to that beast list we just saw.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not good for good old be Reezy.
Yeah, I agree. Where do we put him though? Like his list on the scale?
I'm saying A-bomb.
A-bomb.
I'm thinking
Warpstone Addict.
I mean, his Manticore is for sure addicted to Warpstone, but I think
Absolutely, bro. This is fucking
Vermingard, maybe.
I think
He's discipline 8. Trying the whole army.
that Manicore is kind of sketchy, so that bumps him a tier down.
Okay, Vermingard. Noah, you're still staying in the slave area. We still haven't decided about you. Okay, so who do we have next? David Ortero versus Kurt, the elf lover. So
It's a place with some really big elves and ogres.
Yeah. Helps.
okay, John.
All right,
Does
John,
the,
you're the ogre guy.
Obesity.
Is this the pirate themed ogre?
Oh yes, that's that.
Ogres.
Jello, you want to go for the ogres?
Sure, from bottom to top, as per tradition. Double rocker rocks with it. 2x3 bombardiers, 5 scrappling trappers, 1 saber tiger, 4 tusker calves with paired weapons, banner of a gignet, musician champion full command, 21 scrapplings with throwing weapons, because why not? 10 tribesmen with the pen of the great grass sky, full command, Khan, the battle standard bearer. Destiny's Call, great weapon, brace of ogre pistols, Colt leader. So he's got an 18-inch BSB. I like that a lot. Mammoth Hunter, light armor, Essence of Mithril, great weapon, hunting spear, Talisman shield. I don't know what the spine splitter does.
It's 15 Tier 2 tigers, too, by the way.
Did I go over those tigers? Oh, yep, there they are, yeah. And he's got Vanguard, so he's going to go some tigers. That's kind of disgusting, if they can get somewhere.
Those tigers have a lot of attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And a Great Khan, Death Cheater, paired weapons, halberd, pistols, Liger's Tongue, Horde of Master. So he's got Weapon Master and Liger's Tongue. It's an alright build, I guess. He's kind of
The Liger's Tongue, the +1 strength one?
It's -1 attack to enemies in base contact.
Okay.
That's interesting. It's a really push it forward list, but the Bombardiers.
The Bombardiers are just there to clear chaff, I think, really.
Yeah.
He's
Grab
no
some
magic.
spoon.
The banner of the get whatever. What's that do?
Reroll.
Reroll
Reroll
one
one.
hits, wound, and armor saves when you charge.
Oh, okay. The reroll one thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a go forward kind of army. Huh?
No magic though.
A lot to deal with. Oh, I just realized there's no magic. Huh?
Yeah, no magic though.
No magic. Stone addict.
I don't think it's Warpstone Addict. Nah,
I'm gonna say anybody that skips a magic phase is a Warpstone addict.
Yeah.
2 votes for Warpstone Addicts. Anybody else? Who gives more?
I'm going A-bomb. At least. I think that list is pretty solid, even without the magic. I think a lot of pressure, and I think a lot of people are going to get caught off guard by how much pressure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, I really like the list aside from the fact he doesn't have magic.
Yeah. Like, if he had magic, for me, it's a easy Vermin Demon, but I think without it, it's a tier below.
Well, when I think Warpstone addict, I think like crazy. So I think it's a good list, but it's also crazy.
That's true. He can be both. Honorary.
Okay. Okay, David, you're going into A-bomb and you're going also to Warpstone Addict. You're an Warpstone Addicted A-bomb. There you go.
Nice.
Who is he playing against? He's playing against Curty.
The elf lover. The elf lover himself.
The guy who is sending his list like a
Vampires.
stormtrooper.
Host. That would be helpful. Oops.
Alright, so Kurt, he has a corpse giant, zombie giant, big brother, 2 phantom hosts, 5 spectral hunters, 5 dire wolves, 10 barrow knights with standard champion, 38 barrow guard with grey weapons, banner of Zagvost, and full command. No, he's missing musicians again. 20 zombies with standard, 2 units of 50 skeletons of standard and champion, Necromancer, Adept Evocation with the staff, Barrow King, BSB with Legion Standard, Death Cheater, and the Vampire General that are independent, Monster Hunter on the Zombie Dragon. Apprentice, Occultism, Halberd, Touch of the Greatness, and Crystal Ball Obsidian Rock. Alright, I love the zombie giant because of the raising potential. What the hell is with people
it's annoying.
hating on musicians?
Yeah, I think Undead probably need more musicians, even more so than everyone else too. On top of them already being the most important command piece, the fact that he's stuck with a bunch of movement 4 guys that can't even reform and move now for grabbing objectives or whatever is really going to hurt him.
Also having
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I played against him yesterday with this list, and it's just with my big blocks of Skaven. Like I was, usually with my big blocks of Skaven, I go in thinking steadfast and all that. But he's got huge units, so it's it can catch you off guard because they're huge, and he's got where he can technically he could go like 100 skeletons because they can go above their starting. So he just sits and just raises and raises and raises and just brings up zombies, and it's just he brings a lot of stuff out. And he wasn't very aggressive with the zombie dragon. But he just kind of moved him around and put him where he needed to be. But he's going to jump up on objectives with 3 big units, and it's going to be hard to move him.
Yeah, he's going to do great at hold center for sure, but I think in the long run, though, the lack of musicians is going to hurt him.
I think it's a smart idea with all the raising for the open bar tournament, so that goes as a bonus for him. I don't like the guy on the dragon, just because I just don't. I think it's a necessary risk. I love the zombie giant. I like the phantom hosts. They're pain in the ass. Can you raise 100 skeletons, or do you have to stop at a maximal unit size whatever that is.
I'm not sure. I know he can go over the starting number. I'm not sure what the rules is.
That's what I was checking because I thought that you had to have awakened skeletons to be able to go higher than the base number because you can do it with zombies.
So he
does have that.
The Necro has it. The Necro has it.
Yeah.
The Necromancer has the.
Okay.
So where do we put that list in?
Crackhead. War fanatic.
It's like a musician that's pretty solid. I'm not a huge fan of the Colossal Zombie Dragon, but
Yeah, the dragon, bro. You crazy?
It's just that the
Not
race
even a hard
value is
target?
like D6, right? Or something. D6 plus 4? What's the race value of the zombie giant? It's huge.
The zombie
Yeah.
giant?
Yeah.
It's D6.
D6, okay.
And he healed it twice and it annoyed the hell out of me.
Yeah. I played against it once against David, and that was a pain in the ass to try to kill this dragon. This giant.
he could have gotten rid of the dragon and taken another giant.
So we had some voices for Warpstone Addict. We had some other.
I think Vermingard. It's a pretty solid list all around.
Yeah, I'd say it's like a middle of the pack. Yeah, it's like I'd say Vermingard.
Wait. I would actually definitely put it at a new category of elf fetish Skaven. So it's Skaven with the elf fetish specifically. So I think that
Put a new category that says elf wannabe. He's doing it too. This is for you, Kurt.
It's you, Kurt. You idiot. Josh.
There you go.
Money.
Who do you think wins that? I think David definitely wins that just because the ogre has a ton of what the vampires don't want to see, which is like active combat res, like stomps and impact hits.
Yeah, Aaron's probably going to do a ton of damage, and I think he's just going to crumble.
I give advantage definitely because of also secondary, which is Hold the Center. Well, Hold the Center is actually favoring Kurt with his big blocks.
Until he gets two rocket rocks put into one of those bricks and it explodes.
Yes.
Yeah, and a BSB and Great Con with like a bunch of other, just even tribesmen will run through zombies and skeletons.
And David plays
don't
DC. Yeah.
Don't sleep on that 40-man barrel guard unit with great weapons. Don't sleep on that unit.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's nasty. Yeah, it's going to hurt like a truck.
And he has them in line formation too.
Yeah,
That goes after everything else, though.
And the vampire on the zombie dragon actually can do something in this matchup, I think.
He has poison pistols, right?
He's got Monster Hunter, so he's going to do some work.
Yeah.
That's true.
Kurt, I tried, but we're gonna give it to David. All right, we got some champs here. Some Holero.
Scrubs.
All right. Do we have anybody who knows that list? Chris, can you talk about this list?
Sure. And since we're going bottom up, let's go 3x15 flags.
And let's go with another beer.
Stank. Yeah, I mean, the stank. Double 9-pack of Rangers. 25 Imperial Guard with shields, Banner of Unity for that extra order. 3x10 State Militia. 21 Heavy Infantry. Sword and Board, yeah. 20 handguns, 20 crossbows. A BSB who's there to tank, just sit there and give out leadership. A prelate who's there to challenge you out if you get in there with anything good. Arcane Engine with shield to make those Imperial Guard be hit on 5+, and then Divination with double binding scroll. I'm going to sit on the board edge and shoot you to death, and then put flagellants and a stank into you that you can't kill without them hurting you back. And then shoot you some more.
So, Jolo, I know that you're not an Empire player, but could you tell us something about the playstyle? It's Chris, right?
I mean, I like to move around. It's kind of a. I can push if it needs to. It can move pretty quick. And if I don't want to, then I have plenty of shooting. So
Yeah, I played against this list. Well, something similar to this list. I think there were slight changes there, right?
yeah,
So there's going to be a battle report coming of that game pretty soon. But yeah, that is a strong ass list.
I hate it.
I love that input.
I'm a man of few words.
Yep.
I'm gonna give that one
I
a
hate it.
A bomb.
Mainly because it's a player in the list, right, Rob?
Just go straight VD for that.
Yeah, I think it is a very medieval list. Pablo? Pablo is not here. All right. So
I am here. I was thinking, but yeah, don't worry about it. You know how long that takes, Duffy.
hey, smoke weed every day. No, I think that is a very
Oh, you
strong
hate
list. I don't know, like what could even call you the weakness. I mean, it's so hard to get points off this list. There is so much chaff potential. Also, not only chaff, but like things that are just pain in the ass to deal with, like 45 flagellants and a steam tank. And you clear the militias, and you clear the rangers, and you clear the flagellants, and you got like 2 points. And the game is over, and whatever else Jolo got of you.
This list did not like to see Pyro. Other than Pyro,
Thaumaturgy maybe can do work on it.
sure.
that's why I have two binding scrolls.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him in the first 2 turns.
Retract my previous statement. Shamanism, but he has still 2 binding scrolls, so the totemic summons are not coming in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to the Vermin Demon. And he's playing against Josh. For some reason it was John. I thought it was John, but it's Josh.
With Pyromancy, hey!
Oh, look at that! Pyromaster!
So you mentioned pyromancy and flamethrowers because there's plenty of that in this.
Alright, Pablo, do you know about the Infernal Dwarfs? Something, right? So, read the list.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Infernal Engine with a Titan Mortar, Fires of Industry, which is only, that'll be effective 24. Condemned Titan, Walking Earthquake. 2 Naphtha Throwers with Infernal Artillery, and then a Rocket Battery, also Infernal Artillery. And then 5 True Anointed with Paired Weapons, Branding Banner, Musician Champion. 20 Vessel Levies with Paired Weapon, Bow Musician. 21 with the same kit. 40 Vessel Levies with a Spear and Shield Musician with the Flaming Banner and a Vessel Chieftain. And then 20 Citadel Guard with Pistol and Spear and Full Command. And then a Commissioner BSB with a Will's Ward Shield, Basalt Infusion, Infernal Weapon, and then Breath of Brass Bull, and then a Prophet General of Shamut on the Bull Shamut, who's a Wizard Master of Pyro with Essence of Mithril and the Tablet of Vizad Dinej. Roll off the tongue.
Got to love those new names. That is a strong list also.
Yeah, I played him a few times, and it's a nice tactic. Like he just kind of sets in a line, and I mean, there's just oil counters everywhere. If he causes the hit here, reroll attacks with flaming attacks, and he's got tons of those. So it's it can cause some damage if you're not careful, especially low armor save stuff. It's tough. And then those Tauric Anointed, I was really surprised with how good they are.
Yeah, they're really good.
He's going to shred anything without armor saves and decent toughnesses. You know, probably specifically thinking Vermin Swarm with this, but it'll definitely work well against Jolo as well.
I think this might go for the Bloodbath Award after this game. They might just slaughter each other.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
So where do we put Josh's list on the scale?
I like Vermingard. It's a solid list.
Vanguard, yeah. Chris?
I think he's gonna have problems with some of those faster lists.
Yeah.
Or
If he runs into a KOE player, he's going to have some problems. So, not KOE.
There
Warriors.
we don't have KOE in
Not
this.
that high range either, honestly. I knew I should have brought my kingdom.
I told you to.
Yeah, I was on the fence. Now that we're doing this list review, I wish we would have.
Well, you
Take the
know,
wrong side of the fence.
I still accept PayPal payments, just throwing it out there, but if you want to change your list.
I need to change my list. Yeah.
Vermingard sounds good.
Vermingard, okay. We're Vermingarding Josh. So who's gonna win? Josh or Jello? Starting with Jello. Jello, who's gonna win? We're gonna put you on the spot.
I like the matchup. I got to give
I don't
the
know.
edge to
It's
the
gonna be a tough
Infernal
matchup. I think he's a little bit better at hold center than I am, honestly.
Yeah.
The artillery is kind of scary. So it kind of just kind of depends on how I'm able to deal with some of those toys, I think.
Yeah, if you're gonna deal with if not the throwers, that's gonna make the game a little bit easier.
This is
We're kind of short range, which is nice, but
this game's all about who gets turn one.
Yeah, that's a fair point also.
I give the edge to Jolo just because Jolo's more than likely the better player. I don't know Josh that I'm aware of, and Jolo just has more units to make him deal with. So I'll go Jolo on a small edge.
So we got 2 people saying Josh, 1 Jello. Rob?
I'm gonna give the edge to Josh. I think he's got a better shot at the secondary.
Yeah. It's gonna be super close. I think it's gonna be closer to draw than victory. But if somebody's gonna win, I think I'm gonna give a slight edge to Jolo. It's gonna be a first round. There's gonna be not enough rum and coke yet, so
it's incredibly important.
all right. So we're gonna give it to.
It's definitely not the kind of list that I wanted to see across from me round 1, but I'd rather have it round 1 than round 3.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
almost seems like he didn't let new recruit make the pairings at all. Like he just did it to cause some drama.
Wow, Docky. Oh, how dare you?
Well, you ain't wrong.
I'm just glad it's not rats. But, with there being 4 or 5 rat players in this event, I'm sure I'm going to come across some.
There's four rats, and they are, after first round, you still have a chance to play only rats for the rest of the tournament. So you should,
That's true.
you should check other rat scores before you finish your game.
Ideas.
And then
Grab all the rat players.
we got Rob. Okay.
Oh, my list is easy.
Yes, Chris, go through his list.
Kill the vermin demon and you win.
He's got 2 underworld beasts. He's got 4 big bricks, and he's got 2 towers. And then the guy to make them all be zombies.
Kill the vermin demon, you win.
Yeah. Exactly.
Holy shit. Okay,
Yeah,
so I have one question about this list. Only one.
where's the vermin doing? I'll see what vermin doing.
The third one. It's a Ruinous Dictator.
Oh, gotcha.
Come on, we're Roman now.
Yeah.
Catch up to the new age. We're respectable senators and dictators and priests and disciples and all that. So, Tome of the Rat King. Why?
Yes. Oh, I love that spell.
You love the spell. Okay.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
Is it because nobody else in this tournament understands it, or what about this
I had that spell run through me when that last time I played Rob. It did some serious
Yeah,
work.
if you're not using that spell, then you're just not really using your army very effectively because that spell is really solid.
Huh.
And I can cast it twice, and you can just put it in front of units, and if they want to go through it, then it's 4d6. And for again low armor things, like I've killed dragons, guys riding dragons on it just because of the AP1, and you can throw it at them. You can just throw a missile at them, or you can set it in front of them. It's a really solid spell.
So you rate it. Chris, do you rate that spell also?
In very, very small circumstances. 46 strength 2 on average is going to kill, what, 4 elves? If you
I
spike
didn't say
it,
elves. No,
if
not
you
elves.
spike it, you do well. If you don't spike it, then you do nothing. What my traditional uses of it have been just people just walk onto it and I kill 2 or 3 elves or whatever, and then it goes away and it was 2 dice I wasted. So
I mean, isn't it kind of the same concept as like Swarm of Insects?
Yeah, it's the same thing as Swarm of Insects, yeah.
How
Instead of
long?
it being strength 2.
How
Well,
long
and then
does it?
in my list, I channel 5 too, so I generate 2 extra dice anyway.
It makes sense.
So it comes up, yeah. So it kind of comes out like that. But I mean, it for me, it's been effective. I don't know. I guess I could see how some people don't like it, but it's a solid thing. And like when you say elves against elves, it wounds on 5s, so it's going to do more than 4. So it wounds elves on 5s. Everybody else is going to be like 6s. And then if you get a couple wounds on a big dragon or whatever, they're down to 4 wounds left, and you.
Actually,
I just.
But remember that your 46 on average is 14 hits. Your wounding elves on 5s is about 5 wounds. I say maybe 1, so 4 wounds. That's pretty math.
It's also AP1. I mean, that comes in handy against elite units.
I
Like
would
the
from that.
yeah, the sisters. I throw them at John's sisters, one of those girls that shoot the flaming shots and everything. God, they can't. He'll dispel that every time because he can't take that against 15 sisters.
Actually, now that you're talking about math, we have 3 other Vermithor players that they're winning on 4s.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure.
I knew that going in. There you go. I knew that. No, it just that's why I use it. I like the spell. It's been effective for me, and it's easy. And so,
Do you
and I
have
have
to
the model.
explain a lot of time and for a long time what the spell does?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it's easy to
Yeah.
explain now. Back when it was, effectively a, Madden get, that's when it got complicated. Now, it's a base. Walk onto it, take damage.
Yeah. And
Don't you just have to charge it and stuff still? Isn't it still a unit?
No. You cannot charge.
you can't charge it, but you can move over it. And anybody that walks into it, they take an additional dice. So you take 4d6 it.
I can cast it on a unit to take 3d6 strength 2, or if I put it in front of you and you choose to move onto it or are forced to move onto it, whatever, then it's 4d6.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's been effective for me.
EOS.
I like using it.
Oof.
I mean, I will probably take it in my round 1 matchup, but
I want it to be a missile. Okay.
I mean, it pretty much is a missile.
Yes, I want it to be like that. Okay, so Rob.
But yes, the same is true. You kill the dictator and you win.
Yeah.
So many bodies.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys.
You don't have the without number. You have great weapons. Banner of the Last Storm, I love it. I think that's must have.
Oh, that thing is so good for 25 points.
25 points is so totally worth it, yes. So the question, right, after you use it, you lose the effects of it for the rest of the game, right?
So I'm going to try not to use it, yeah.
Yeah, so you just keep it on this unit until the much needed moment. No.
Well, the time that you and I played,
uh-huh.
the time that you and I played with your ogres, you were just burning them with the pyromancy, and even that will come in handy against, pyromancy spells.
Yes, because they're actually resilience 3, not 2, so actually.
Yeah, so it comes in handy, yeah.
Yes, I love that banner. It's one of the not many things that I love in a new book is this this banner. Would I take the old banner? Absolutely. But
Agreed.
no Doomblade and no Assassins also. You didn't go pull any bullshits. You just
No, it's not much to it.
He's got 5 blocks and 2 monsters he's going to shove down your throat.
Right.
I think this list
I
is
do
gonna
like the Sacred Acula on the big guys. I think that was made for them actually when they made it Strength 3. I think that was made for the
Is that a battle?
I like that.
That's a battle focus, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
and they
great.
take hits on ones, which shouldn't really affect them, you know.
Yeah.
I like it on Murmillos, but Murmillos, and I also like it on Thethys. But with Thethys, you got to take a character to have it, so not as good.
I got you.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of stuff that's just not going to be able to handle the bodies.
I think that this
What
list is
about
gonna
you?
struggle a little bit in the mirror matchups with other Vermisworms. over here.
Oh yeah.
Because of the Doomblades and Assassins going into the Bale and the Pulpit. They can kill those, and I think that the Dictator can be liability. I mean, if he dies, the army crumbles. But if he
Then I just go to the bar you're in.
yeah. Hey, that made absolutely
win-win.
sense.
You have a
There you
winner,
go.
you get drunk. There you go.
I think there's a strong list other than that, though.
Yeah, I think it's an A-bomb list. I think it's good.
It's somewhere between.
I haven't even looked. Who am I playing?
You're playing me first round.
Oh shit. Okay.
No, you're playing some champ called Mal Patel.
Oh, Mal. Okay, I
Yeah.
met him at
Mal
the
paddle?
Yeah, he's a nice guy. So what's he gonna kick my ass with?
Well, okay. If we agree that Rob is going to the A-bomb, his abomination, then let's go to.
Oh yeah, Rob's an abomination.
We got the consensus.
Oh, his tier's in that list too, or his list is in that tier too.
All right, tell us about his list, Pablo.
Well, he's playing Saurians, and as they say, if you can recognize it, it's the same list he played at Red River. 2 Stygiosaurs, 2x9 Chameleons, 2x5 Pterodon Sentries with a champion and Poison Jab, 4 Ramphidons with a champ, 2 Snake Swarms, 16 Skink Braves with bows, 15 with Shield and Poison Jab, and Musician Champion, 20 with Poison Jab and Shield, Musician Champion, 26 Skink Braves with 2 Caimans, Shield, Legion Standard, Musician, and Champion. A Saurian Veteran Raptor with a Dust Forge, Light Armor, Lance, and Dragonfire Gem. Skink Priest, Apprentice Druidism, and then a Taurosaur Priest with a Great Bow, an Adept Shamanism, Spirit of the Stampede, and a Dragon Staff. And then a Quaddle Lord with Evo, he's a General, BSB, with Magical Heirloom, Crown of Autocracy, and Trained from Birth.
Okay, so Mal, just admit that you have not unpacked your suitcase yet from Wicked.
What? What? I mean, kind of, because it's my suitcase.
Well, okay, yeah, that
And
explains
that's
a
it. He
lot.
has not attacked literally anything. Yeah.
That's great.
All right, so where do we put this list?
I'm not really paying attention. Y'all got to give him some pointers here, okay? What do I got to look out for? Is it strong magic, strong shooty, what?
I mean, if I were him, I'd be double sniping your.
Yeah, he's gonna be sniping you, and you have to be careful about a billion poison shots just killing your stuff.
Right. He's probably going to go and try and assassinate the dictator with the pterodons of the poison, the chameleons of the poison.
Oh, nice.
Blasting him with the.
Even the Ramphidons too. But I think he'll put the tokens on the A-bombs.
Yeah.
Chameleons
But I
are
think
the
this is
poison
actually-
ones?
So I think
Yes.
you're winning the secondary
But I-
objective because you can just park on it, and I don't think that Mal can challenge it very quickly.
I don't think Mal wins this. I think he's got some. I think he's got some tools, but I don't think that overall it's in his favor.
I mean, my point of view on this is that if Mal can kill the dictator,
He wins.
then he wins. So there's
Yeah.
still definitely a chance that he can do that because, Rob's got to keep him within, close enough distance to make sure that he's, giving out that leadership and everything else. So it's not impossible to kill him.
Well, I should point out, I say that when you kill a dictator, the army doesn't crumble or anything. I just lose fearless. And you still have to cause 20 wounds to a 60-man unit to make them take a test and stuff.
Sure. But all you have to do is win
He can do
combat
that, though.
and you're likely to run away.
He can also do that. And then also, too, I think Mal's Skink Priest guy is actually very scary. Coming in with Shamanism, he needs one spell to get off, and you're winning this giant guy on that best 5s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he can come in and sit there, and he's going to kill a bunch of dudes, potentially, eventually, once you're kind of whittled down. Even your...
Good pointing that out. I need to know that. Good pointing out.
Albert Murmillos, too. He charges them, gets off a Shamanism spell, you wound him on a... if it's tough...
My unit of Murmillos...
Yeah.
My unit of Murmillos look scary, but they're not scary at all.
Yeah. No, I think actually this is actually probably one of the better matchups for the, in terms of, very dynamic, interesting game. Because Rob definitely has I think it's not as big of an advantage as you guys are all saying in terms of the secondary. Because Mal is going to do a lot of things where he's going to go forward, contest, flee, blah, 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 chaff, flee, do things where he can definitely contest secondary. And he's definitely got a ton of experience in this list. And, yeah, so I think it's going to be really interesting and, yeah, a good matchup.
I think that actually Rob should have a good chance with this list because combat-wise, Rob is stronger. So Mal is going to be doing a lot of fleeing, but also with the magic.
He's not that much stronger, though, I would say either.
I think he is.
Because all of Mal's little pieces can fight and add a lot of combat risk to anything they're doing, and then also not take a lot of damage in return.
I think
that's also very good.
I think Rob goes for missiles. All the spells pretty much goes on missiles and just tries to blast anything that comes in anywhere close to a demon to be poison shooting demon.
Sure.
I think that's a strategy and just going around
the
center and charging from there.
To Rob's point earlier, the hereditary spell for Verminsworm will do well against T2 skinks.
That's true, yeah. That's true. I didn't realize they were resilience, too.
Mm-hmm.
Skinks are.
It'll be an interesting game.
I think you just keep your demon way the hell back. You got 18 inches, so...
Yeah.
I still think Rob has the advantage with the objective, but...
Okay, where do we put the Champ Mal?
Champ Mal.
Champ Mal? Yeah, we don't have another place for Champ Mal category. I think it's... Well, is it... What do you guys put it in? I
think it's slaves. It's not terrible, but it's not great. If somebody doesn't have things that can get poisoned very easily, then his list loses a lot of luster. And after that, it's like, well, okay, I've got the one-trick pony and the shamanism, Taurosaur.
Oh, man. I'm glad you're saying that, because I think if you guys are very underestimating this, but we'll see.
Okay. So nobody else says anything besides... So...
I was going to put it in A-bomb. I think it's pretty solid. But if you want to put it in slaves, I think it's pretty funny.
I don't think it belongs in slaves, but I think it's going to do really well against a lot of things. I don't really want to see that list across the table for me. It's a lot of poison, and I got a lot of guys that are susceptible to it, but I think that Rob just has so many bodies, he's not going to be able to poison enough, and if Rob plays smart, he's not going to let his dictator get poisoned off.
There's the problem.
Rob has to play very smart.
Well,
he's very smart, too.
Round one, and so hopefully he's not drunk yet.
That's right. Remind me, is there an open bar?
But depending on how the game goes, he might be drunk by round 2.
Trouble.
Oh, no.
Turn 3 is like, you guys told me to charge the vermin demon to skinks.
Well, Rob said Mal. I give it to Rob then.
was reverse
I think Rob
psychiatry
probably
right there.
wins, but I think Rob wins definitely, but I think there's still a chance that he could not. That's all I'm saying.
I think there's a pretty Rob has to play pretty smart. I think in this matchup, I think it's gonna be pretty close. It's gonna be like 11-9 or 12-8 either way, but we'll see.
I think that list probably belongs in like A-Bomb or Vermingard.
Okay, so bump him up to Vermingard. Fine.
Fine. Okay. Very good. Okay.
I just think that you're resisting the pull to put people in slaves. Got it. We've got the category. We should be using it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was perfect. Oh, okay. Well, now I have.
We
to
actually
determine-
added slaves. Slaves wasn't supposed to be a category. It was supposed to just be the Addict, Vermingard, A-Bomb, and VD because we were doing 4. And then we added the
In
special
all
third one.
honesty, I feel most people are good enough at making lists where they're not going to be a slave list.
Yeah.
But there are a couple outliers out there usually.
All right. So where are we at? Cody. Oh, Cody against the Champ Master. Okay. So Cody. Rob, do you want to go through this list?
Yeah, I'm delivering some weed right now, so I'm gonna be going back and forth.
Hell yeah, brother.
I should point out I'm playing GTA online.
Sure.
I was like, you're doing that good school teacher activity, huh?
Okay, looks like he's got he played Kingdom, didn't he? He's got a Vermin army now.
Yes,
know that.
he always had a Vermin army. He was just previous army. He played the Kingdom of Equity
Oh, okay.
also.
Okay, so he's going with the Vermin. Got the Swarm Master, I like that. The Crown of the Wizard King. Yeah, okay, then he's got the Blood Fur Legate. How do you say that? Is it Legate, Legate, or how do you say that? I don't know any of these new words.
Legate.
Legate, there you go. But like a Christmas story, it's French. Fragile, Legate. Okay.
So Legate with cheese.
Got me. Let's see here. Essence of Mithril, the Obsidian Rock. No, I skipped the Legate. Yeah, so he does have the Secrets of the Doomblade. Got that. There's don't leave home without it. 3 Duskblade Assassins. Block of 40 Legionnaires. 3 big blocks of Slaves. Man, those are huge blocks. Okay, and then 50 Veterans. What do they have? The Stalker Standard. Okay, and 6
great weapons.
Oh yeah, great weapons.
Oh,
6 Brutes with Halberd Shield. Bell of the Deep Roads. I kind of like that item too. The Legendary Drill Team. Grenadiers. That's a new one, huh? And the Earthbreaker, also a new one. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure what the Grenadiers or the Earthbreaker do.
I think the Grenadiers
never
are
been used.
just a bunker for the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Are those like the old Globadiers? Is that what they are?
Yeah, they just suck
Yeah.
much more.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
they will suck on the similar level, probably. They're good at sucking, can I help? So
Okay.
the
I did always like those models.
Oh yeah, the models are awesome. Basically, Cody decided that before we got ready to sign up that he's going to play Vermin Swarm just in case nobody else comes with the Vermin Swarm for the Rust Slayer. So that's
Okay.
why he put all those without numbers in there.
I'm glad no one else brought Vermin Swarm.
Yeah, it was 205
Buddy.
units, 205 models without number. So,
I got you.
205 slaves coming back and back and back, and 1 tunneling tool. So he has
Yeah.
3 of those
Well,
markers.
Chris even.
4 tunnels because the Earthbreaker gives him 1 too.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, exactly.
My gosh.
Oh, yeah,
So
he
he
does.
got
Yeah.
6.
Chris, he even texted me and asked me what I was going to play, and I have to be honest. During the Rat Slayer Award, whatever you're doing, that really compelled me to play my rats. I was like, I got to be a part of that. I can let people get some awards.
It was so
that-
funny
that
last
was-
tournament.
That inspired me.
All right, where do we put Cody with this list? This is some nasty list.
That's a lot of models.
It's like 205 models that doesn't matter if you kill them.
That
What
terrifies
happens
me.
to? I don't use slaves. I haven't used them in a long time. Do they still explode if they die or if they get beat
No,
or anything? Or
No.
they just
Run.
run.
Okay, they run like normal. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, and they come back then, and that's a big.
Yeah, without number. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that this. I mean, if the Grenadiers only sell for the bunker, I hate the Grenadiers. I don't
I
think
mean,
yeah.
he's got 165 slaves. How can he not be ranked in the slave category, right?
Oh well, you're
point.
making a valid point. Okay.
What do
Slave.
the Grenadiers have a save of any kind?
5 up.
Oh, I thought-
Flammable.
Ah.
I mean, I like the list. I think that I mean he deserves to be the slave category. I agree with that, and I already put him there. I'm not waiting for anybody else. But I think the list is actually strong. It's so hard to get points off, unless he forgets to deploy his assassins by 10-4, right? When they have to go out.
And the thing is, like, if you're killing slaves, you're getting nowhere because he's just bringing them back.
And then you go through all those slaves, and then you say hello to 50 veterans with great weapons.
Yeah.
The only thing is missing in this list is the guy that makes them have the lightning reflexes. Because nothing is funnier than having, great weapons with agility 5 striking at their agility.
Yeah. That seems like it would be an auto include. That seemed, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would change the Stalker standard for that. Because Stalker stands like, 50 points or something like that, and drop something else.
I think I think it's like 50.
Yeah, but I think it's if not for the slave category, I think it'll be a strong A-bomb.
Yeah, I agree.
And I like also the crown of the Wizard King with the cow because it gives him the random lore, and it's just so annoying because he can choose the spells 1 through 4 from the random lore. It's super fun to play with.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a fun list.
Yeah, and I mean that, but Doomblade, right? Assassins, it's great list. It's great list. I think it would. Yeah, Samurai going to Vermin Demon, but who is he playing against? He's playing against Pablo. Okay, next match. All right, Pablo. Does anybody over here know Orc and Goblin? Somebody can go through this list.
Me.
Kamrat, go ahead. Read their list.
No.
You said me. I heard it.
I heard it. Yeah.
Pop.
She might have got a little embarrassed just now. So there's a Gargantula with a web launcher, 3 splatterers, 5 common goblin raiders, 2 Nasher wrecking teams, 8 trolls. Unfortunately, that no one has 3D modeled Jaffe because I would instantly print 8 little Yurans for my trolls. Then we have 20 goblins with the forest goblin creepers with bows and banner discipline. 20 with cave goblin bow, mad get musician. 2x30 cave goblins with spear and shield. 2 times mad gets banner relentless company and musician. A goblin chief, common goblin with bow, aether icon, BSB, and crown of cavern king. A goblin king general with who's a common goblin with Mazza Zappa, light armor, obsidian rock, crown of autocracy. Witch doctor, common goblin with an adept of pyro, and then a forest goblin witch doctor master on a gargantula with the spider mother shrine with thaumaturgy, centaur power, and troll ale flask.
Jeez.
I hate everything
I thought
about
all
this list, including the guy that's running it. I hate everything about this list.
Suck.
Oh my god,
Big suck.
you made Rob increase his vocabulary by 3 times about how he hates it. Usually it's like, I hate it. But he actually, for this list and for you made the complete sentences about it.
Man, this is it's a tough list. I've seen you play it before, and it's It's tough. That's all there is to it. It's tough.
Yeah, give me back my 3 hours of life kind of a list. I played against it twice in the tournament, something like that. No, this
Yeah.
one is different. It has trolls. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's slightly
Okay,
different.
I have an
It's
important
all
question.
goblin.
I have an important question. Did you finally at least print a big spider for your spider launcher thing? Or do I
I
still got to see
printed
that tiny one?
a bigger spider. It is so cute. It's so adorable. I might print off another one just because the one I printed off now is fucking so cute. I was like, oh my god, it's an adorable spider.
I
Make it
knew
a
it.
disco spider. Come on. I know Cameron is there. She hears it. Paint it pink, sparkly. Put
Oh,
glitter
no.
on it.
I don't know why I asked that right now.
See what you caused.
Okay, Rob, where do we put Pablo in?
Disco spider.
I mean, it's a vaginal disease, or what do you call it? Yeah, that one. It's just a tough list, and I think it can really kind of take on just about anything.
Warpstone addict for sure.
It's poopy. It's a
Poopy.
poopy list.
Poopy. Or poopy or poofy, actually. Which one?
Poopy.
Poopy.
He's gonna lose.
Poopy.
Fitting. 100% agree.
It's not the right color. You got brown in there anywhere?
I'm trying to find. There you go.
There we go. That's a nice shade of brown.
Okay.
Well done.
So Poopy versus Cody. Who wins that?
Poopy
And-
versus what?
Cody.
Cody wins.
Codling.
Now that I'm looking at it, I mean, does it have the enough to deal with that body count?
White boy wins.
I played against this with the Vermisworm. It was a nightmare to play. It ended up with something
Yeah.
like 12 to Pablo.
Well, he's gonna kill a lot of rats with those splatterers, and then they're gonna come back.
That's true.
How good are the splatterers in Web Launcher at killing monsters? Well, excellent. He doesn't have. What's Cody's general? Cody's general is not that
He's in a bunker as general.
It's gonna be tough. I think. Ooh. I mean, I know that you're not gonna say what you're gonna do and reveal your plan, but between your dice scenario, I think that I'm gonna give it to Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Camrad agrees.
Me too. Oh, also, Inari agrees too, actually. Shit.
Inari
It's a full mood. Yeah.
Rob, Chris, Jello.
I believe in you, Pablo. I think you can eke this one out.
Yeah, I think Pablo's got this one. It's gonna be. I do think it'll be tough. I don't think it'll be a huge win, but I think Pablo will get it.
Cody.
We know that Pablo is going to be playing for.
No,
points too.
I think Pablo bleeds points and loses objective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're so
2 versus 2. And no, actually, Camrad said also Cody yours, or I'm gonna say that she did. So Cody.
Me and Joff are on the same side.
Yeah, we're on the same side.
Boo.
And then we go to Pete Reese versus Chris. Oh, we don't need to go. This game is over already.
Gave me 13 points. We don't
Yeah,
need to
the
cover
game
this.
is over. Yeah. I'm also going to talk for future games about his list, okay? Just so everybody else knows, because we already know how the game finishes. And
Right.
for those who don't, we're gonna enter the scores in a minute. But All right, Dwarven Halls. Who's the Dwarven expert over here? Nobody? Okay, I'm gonna go through it. We got a Flame Cannon, Dwarven Cannon, and Runecrafted Organ Gun. Then we got 18 Forge Wardens with Runic Standard of Swiftness, a Musician, and Standard Bearer. See, hear that card? Musician. Miners, Pair Weapons, Pistol, Musician. 9 Seekers, Brothers of Vengeance, Vanguard Champion, 21 Seekers Champion, 10 Clan Warriors, Clan Rats. Throwing Weapons, Shields, Musician. Oh, fuck's sake. 4 units of 10 Clan Marksmen, with one only has Musician. The rest have, all of them have Guild Epic handguns and shields. Engineer with Rune of the Nile, no the rocket weapon. Thane with Ancestral Memory, Root Shield, 2 Runes of Iron, 2 Runes of Lightning, Rune of Returning, and Rune of Kinship. Then 3 Dragon Seekers. Okay, one is naked, just dicking around. Then we got paired weapons with Rune of Destruction, Quickening, and Rune of Fury. And then we got another Dragon Seeker with paired weapons, Rune of Smashing, Quickening, Fury, Monster Seeker. Holy shit!
It's the same list Pete's been running for what, 4 years?
Yeah.
Similar. Very similar, yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that
his list hasn't really changed much, but it's disgusting.
I want to say it's not the same list because Dwarven got cheaper, so there are more models over here. He managed to fit in a third Dragon Seeker.
But other than that, it's pretty much the same thing he's been running. This is the list I played against him at Corner Hammer in 2018.
I don't think.
Yeah, I played against him in Buckeye battles like 4 years ago.
I think he added the Forge Wardens. Pete, I know that you're losing this round, despite your arguments on the chat. But did you change? Did you put the Forge Wardens in there? I think you did. I think you added the Forge Wardens. Yeah, he was talking to me how excited he is about when the Dwarven halls are gonna be remade, so he can be playing with like some kind of new concept, like I don't know, some like half-naked Persian dwarves, running around with cotton bikinis and stuff like that. But right now it's still all Dwarven halls, no changes over there. The remake of the book is due when, Chris?
Never.
Never, okay. So we're not gonna see in any foreseeable future changes to that list.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see a change to this list because dwarves are probably one of the last ones that'll ever get redone because, yeah, I just don't think that. I don't think they're on a high priority to get redone. The book is solid. It's well internally balanced. Obviously, I'm speaking from my own perspective, no internal knowledge. But I just think this book is plenty fine the way it is and doesn't need to be tweaked that much. There's others needed before this one.
I think with my opinions about his list, I have it put on the Book of Grudges. Looking at the chat, but all right. What do we put Pete's list on the rating?
Abomination, like the player.
Abomination.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is the Forge Wardens. I'm not sure how good they are, but they probably gotten so much cheaper than they're probably good.
He suffers in fun.
2 rats with 18 times on 2s and wound on 3s. They have a place with 4 Vermintborn players playing.
Yo, you ain't wrong.
But he suffers in scoring, though.
Who's got like 7 scoring units?
He has 7 scoring units, yeah.
Yeah, but like functionally, he has like 2. Even then, one of those is like a piddle.
Still counts. If I kill it for flags. Sadly, I'm not playing him in flags.
Yeah, that's good for you though. He has scoring units in the way that you don't want scoring units for flags.
Right. I would rather be playing him for flags, not for hold the center.
Well, good thing you already won.
Very true. All right, A-bomb.
All right, and he's losing to Chris. Let's see your list, Chris. Okay, so Rob, do you want to tell us about Chris' list?
Sure. Let's see here. 3 Swarm Priests. I'm assuming they got the triumvirate. Yeah, there you go. Witchcraft, Thaumaturgy, Occultism, got an Obsidian Rock, Binding Scroll, Crystal Ball, got the book. Okay, so they're set and ready for the magic phase. Blood Furley Gate, with the Secrets of the Doomblade. Got the Senator, Crown of the Wizard King, and the Cowl. Again, 3 Duskblade Assassins. A big unit of veterans with the Rending Banner, full command. And then 2 big units of Legionnaires with Shield and Spear, with Eagle Standard and Rending Banners each. 11 Fethis Brute. Fethis. Is that how you say that? Fethis Brutes. Those are the smaller ones, the 40 mil ones, right?
Yeah.
And 10 Shadow First Stalkers with pistols. Got the Giant Rats, got the Drill Team. 2 Doom Spark devices, which are the old school Doom Wheels. And then the old school Warp Lightning Cannon. Clocking in at $44.99. So, maybe I'm behind on the Vermin thing. What's the big deal with Assassins? Why is that? Is that like an auto-include now?
I mean, in
They
my
get an extra attack for each assassin in the unit, I think. So you get like 15 attacks from those assassins in the units.
yeah, in my view, the book struggles with killing things like Dragon Seekers because the Doomblade will kill 1 Dragon Seeker and then the Doomblade will die. So then you got Dragon Seekers you can't possibly kill with just normal rats. You need things in there to deal with those types of characters before they can just kill your whole army. So that's why I put in the assassin.
What do they do now? They got a lot of attacks?
They get, if you're touching a unit with a character in it, each assassin gets an extra attack for every other assassin in the same unit. So when you've got 3 in the same unit, you've got 15 attacks.
Okay.
They hit their offensive 6, strength 4, AP 3, divine.
They still have reflexes?
No reflexes.
Well,
So, I mean, they're good at killing characters. Multi-wound 2. So,
nice.
And the stand and shoot is also a multi-wound 2, if I recall correctly, because it's on the model, not the weapon. So they can stand and shoot you when you charge in with throwing weapons, hitting on 3s for a stand and shoot, wounding on 4s probably, and multi-wound 2ing your characters if it's a solo character.
Damn. 125 points, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's with Doomspark devices also running over there, and with 11 Fethis or whatever, the Roman Brutes, and yeah, with the Doomblade, I absolutely love this list. I haven't said anything like that about Skaven lists in a while, at least other Skaven lists, but I think this list is amazing. Especially for like the meta of close combat, let's meet in the middle and fight. Because against Pyro and all, and like Catapults Mortars, I think that Skaven suck, but I think this list is very good.
I think I predict 13-7 to Chris.
How did you know?
Well, John, I'm not as dumb as I look. All right,
Well,
I'm way dumber.
now we're talking.
Pete's list will give me problems. I mean, the Flame Cannon is a bitch. The OG is a pain in the ass. But I think I've got enough magic to hopefully kill the Flame Cannon. And after that, then it's just try and get through legions of Dwarf Chaff.
Well,
Center.
I have to say, I think you sold yourself cheap for only getting 13 points. I mean, I think that Pete is getting away with a lot of points over here that he should not have.
As the TO, you can make a play.
Oh, I know. No, they're gonna play. We're gonna be making. I'm gonna be probably recording it to make a battle report after this game.
Yeah, so the way this went down, this conversation went down, I'll spill, is me, Pete, and you're all on Facebook talking. And I he mentioned that he was a little, he didn't want to see my list across the table because I do have ways to kill the Dragon Seekers that he's running. And so I said, okay, Pete, I will give you 7. and he in all caps says, "Deal!" And I'm like, "Okay, book it, Urine." And then he's like, "Wait, I'm getting the 7? No, no deal, no deal." I'm like, "What do you mean no deal? You said deal."
What a left hard cuck, dude. That's classic left hard cuck behavior right there. Just backing out of a deal.
He tries to order me big
There's
words,
no art to get there.
you and give and 7, saying those don't mean what the dictionary says they mean. And so he backed out. So I bribed Urine to make sure that actually happens. And then Pete bribed Urine to make sure it didn't happen.
Well, he tried. He tried. It was very cute what he was
It
trying, but
sounds like the real winner in all this is Euron.
The real winner is the prize support because all the money goes to prize support.
yes, the price support went up by like $40.14 or something like that.
That's a really strange number.
Well, Pete was trying really hard.
Pete tried to catch up to my bribe once, and Urine's like, "Try again."
So yeah, I'm putting the conversation over there. No, I think that Chris Liss is actually super scary in this matchup, but it's all in those 6s that Pete can roll.
Yep. It's just how much damage can he do with the 40 handguns is the real question, plus the artillery.
Yes. I mean, a lot. He can do a lot.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah. You got Comet though, so you could even like just chill and wait. Oh, first turn you don't get it, Runes of Nile. Okay, cool, and then you start to either ask some big questions with your magic selection. So that's pretty good too.
I don't think you're gonna get your return value on the Obsidian Rock and Binding Scroll over here.
Not this game, but future games I will.
No, in the future games, yes, you will. I think that is a very, very strong list. All right.
I like it.
And Pete agreed with pretty much everything we said. Oh, he's baking dice. Let's go, Pete. I can help you. You know what? I know the temperature for the oven. And we got ourselves...
All family secrets.
It's amazing. He rolled 31 out of 32 6+. How did that happen?
It's all in the genes. All in
I missed that one die.
It's all in the wrist, all in the skill. All right, and then we got our last matchup. John Spells and Eric. Okay, where?
Rennie.
Eric Rennie. John Spells. Okay, John Spells. Empire.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna have to step outside right quick, so I'm gonna log out. But I'll before y'all read that last list, I just want to say looking forward to the weekend. We'll be there Friday afternoon, and let's keep rolling some dice. I'm glad you're running it, and it's gonna be a good time. So thank you for running it, and we'll see you all on Friday. All right?
Awesome. We'll see you Friday. Thanks for coming.
And open bar and Rob.
First round, let's change matchup. Is Rob against Open Bar. Let's go.
There you go. All right, see y'all later.
Take care. All right. I wish we'd have anybody that knows anything about Empire, but we're gonna have to go with Joel, I guess, to go through this list. So.
I know nothing about Empire. Let's see. So, 2x22 flagellants with champions, a steam tank, a cannon, 35 Imperial Guard with shields, and a household standard with full command. 3x16 state militia, 17 crossbows with full command and long rifles, banner discipline, 18 light infantry with full command, long rifle, and banner discipline. Inquisitor with a Willow's Ward, Hammer of Witches, Potion of Swiftness, Lucky Charm, Blessed Steel. BSB with MR4 and Black Steel. General with Hero's Heart paired weapons. Imperial Seal, Great Tactician. And a Master of Cosmology with Destiny's Call and Talisman of the Void, Rod of Battle.
All right.
And there's flatulence at this event. I was actually surprised
You're surprised about what? Sorry.
how many flagellants there are.
Yes, they're kind of popular right now.
He's got 44 of his own.
Yeah, you got the what? 45. I
Yeah.
think that there's going to be 11-9.
Easy attendees like standard flagellants. Oh,
So similar amount of. Well, he has crossbows. He doesn't have handguns as you do.
Yeah, I have one of each. I like the versatility.
Mm-hmm. And he.
Like against warriors, like the handguns are, priceless. That extra AP is nice. But the range for the crossbows is great. It's a really solid list. He's got a huge Death Star going on there, though. I don't really understand why he put Destiny's Call on his wizard, but more power to him.
Probably didn't want him to get sniped.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, I guess.
That's why he
Yeah,
did. So both seems overkill.
yeah. I don't really like the 16 units of militia. 16, like, I love militia, they're my favorite unit in the book. But units of 16, I feel like he could have just taken something else for those other points and more light infantry or another unit or something with those extra 18 dudes that are probably just going to get thrown away in most of these games.
Yeah, but they can do a lot of damage also.
Yeah, they can. They have a bigger footprint. They're harder to get around. But I mean,
Yeah,
they're good.
He changed them from having skirmish to just as not having skirmish basically. I'm not sure how I feel about the long rifles. I think that's a kind of a waste of points. And
Yeah, I don't really like them. I mean, they can be kind of scary against for cowboys, but you have to shoot at the same unit. You can't split their fire, so.
That's a big thing about it. But other than that, like I think that list is pretty solid. So.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like it. It's like there's a couple small things that I would change, but it's a solid list.
Wait, did we put? Oh yeah, we did put it. Okay. Joel, did we put your Joel? Did we put your? Yeah, we did put. Oh my gosh, all right, John. Where do we put John? Chris.
Vermin good.
You didn't say slaves? Wow.
slaves. Elf lover.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Yes. That reminds me that we were supposed to move Poopy a little bit to the right because actually Pete requested to be also with Kurt in the Elf Lovers. This is his next army after they remake that Dwarven Holtz book.
Let's see. With John's, I think Vermingard or A-Bomb. I think he's really missing not having distracting on those Imperial Guard or shields.
Right.
I really think that's what makes the unit. The two big units of flagellants are great. They're just pushing forward and they do their thing. But I think that he's going to be missing out a lot with not having that buff wagon.
Buff wagon is just. It's so easy to shoot off that I think that was the reason why he didn't take it. That he was losing it before the combat happened.
I don't know. I don't really lose mine very often at all. Usually when I lose mine, it's toward the end of the game, and it's because I had to charge it at something to try to save a line. Or try to get objective back or something like that. I don't usually lose it to shooting, but if there's more cannons and stuff around, they're usually shooting at the steam tank or something. So
Johnny Boy is gonna go into Vermingard and jump. And we go to Eric. Vampires. Chris, you play vampires, right?
I did.
Yeah, you did. Well, go ahead.
Yep, let's go for it. We can do this. Alright, he's got a count with Strigoi, so naked. Adept Shamanism, but he's got True Thirst and Hypnotic Pendant, so he's distracting and he can come bring himself back to life in his unit. Necro on a Cadaver Wagon, Wizard Master of Evo, Alchemist Alloy, Necrobatic Staff for an extra raise, Barrow King, Legends Black King, and Shieldbreaker for some anti-hero stuff, 40 ghouls, 30 skellies with a flaming standard, 20 zombies, musician and standard bearer, 2x3 bat swarms, 37 blackguard with a great weapon, standard bearer, black standard of Zagfod, musician and champion, altar of undeath, the shooting one, and a Varkalak.
Did anything change with
So-
the list? Since what-
Does the Ghoul Lord bloodline give the ghouls a wounding on or poison 5 up?
Poison 5. Yep.
Okay, Necromancer Master on Cadaver Wagon. I think it's the second or third. I think it's like third time. I think it's every time I've seen this list. I don't agree with that choice.
Yeah. I'm like, Eric's gonna either win 7 or 8 or lose 20.
Huh?
No, sorry, win 12 or 13 or lose.
I don't know. I think he's got a pretty good shot against this Empire.
Well, it's
Those ghouls, if he gets them into like the flagellants or something like that, can do a lot of work. And the Bearer Guard of the Great Weapons are really scary for those Imperial Guard, especially since they don't have distracting, so they're getting hit on 3s now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why 3s? They don't have shields?
The Black Standard.
Oh,
They
yeah,
get plus
yeah,
one
yeah,
hit.
standard, yeah.
Yeah, it's like exhaust.
And the secondary is hold the center, so the vampires have a. Well, let's put the Eric's list first. What do we think about the list itself? Where does it stand at?
It's not my favorite vampire list.
Yeah.
I think it's going to do well in this current matchup, but overall, I don't like the list that much. I think it's got a lot of liabilities.
I don't like the Ghoul Lord because he's just so naked. Go Vermingard.
I'm going to populate the slaves with this list.
Okay. You want that bell curve, huh?
I want it to equal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that there are some strong parts of this list. I like the ghouls and the vampire over there. I like the shamanism.
I want to like I like the ghouls in some matchups, but like they're so hit or miss, they're so skew that they just happen to be really good in this particular matchup.
Yeah. I mean, they'll do well if he runs into a VS player. I mean, he'll shred things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to shred again and again and again. And he's gonna feel how it is when the units are coming back to life, okay?
I think he's got a. I think Eric has the advantage in this matchup.
I agree.
You think so? I don't think so. I think it takes one cannonball and the game is effectively over because then he has one raise. And he's take crumble on everything.
And he does have 2 cannons.
They also have 2
Yeah.
cannons.
Yeah, he takes one lucky cannonball, the game's over.
Yeah, the 710 point necromancer. That's a liability. And
That's a good point.
if
9-10. 9-10 because it's the general.
yeah.
No, it's not. The general's the guy, the Strigoi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right. But still, they're raising value, and you go down to 2
Two
spells.
raises. Yeah.
I mean, but at the same point in time, the altar can just screen the cadaver. You don't need to see to cast Evo or raise. So yeah, he could shoot 2 cannons at the altar, but that's a little different to get rid of. He can heal it, and send the Vark out to go get that 1 cannon, and then.
Yeah, the number one thing is to get the Varkulak down. That's a priority. You have to get the Varkulak killed. And once you kill that, then I think the game opens up. I think the vampires win the secondary, but I think that John kills most of the units. I think it's going to be like small win for John. I think it's going to be like 11-9 for John in this match. I think he kills the Necromancer. I think he kills the Varkolak. I think he kills the Altar of Undeath and 2 Bat Swarms. And then we can see from there, but those are the things that I think he kills.
And John's got a lot of shooting too, and he's got orders that he's going to be throwing out. So like all those crossbows are going to be hitting on 4s all the time.
Yes.
Exactly.
And he's got Cosmo, so he can make it so that one of units hitting on 3s. So his shooting is definitely good to a number, but he has and he does have some stuff to fight, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, Cosmo's really good here because he has every model in the unit takes a wound, and then he can also do like ice and fire on like the Varkalak, the Altar,
Yeah.
or the Cadaver.
Yeah, Cosmo definitely gives him some problems.
Where do we put Eric into?
You put him in his place.
I already put him inside. Never mind.
Yeah, who wins? It's actually pretty close.
Yeah, I think it's a small, because of the secondary. I think it's a small win for John on this one. All right, we are going to start with 4 categories. We ended up with 7 categories.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's usually how this goes.
Exactly. So,
Exactly.
who's winning the tournament?
Pablo.
1 for Pablo. Jalo, who do you think? Okay, Kamrat, who's gonna win the tournament?
She's in the bathroom, dude. She ain't around here right now. Yeah.
Well, go ahead, go and ask her. Come on. Just kidding.
It's a tough one.
It's very tough. It's actually a pretty good field too, which is fun. It's very strong. It's gonna be a fun tournament.
Agreed.
Wait, who do you think's gonna win? Ryan? Oh, she said
Ryan.
Ryan.
Okay, Ryan wins the tournament. Okay.
Yeah, Ryan wins, obviously.
What the heck did we put even Ryan into? Oh, there he is. Permagarden jumps.
Garden jumps.
So,
I really like Escape AZ's list.
and I was actually, that's my choice so far. Also, it's
I think it's gonna be between him and Pete. Whoever wins his game 1, I think wins the tournament.
it depends whether Chris wins 13 or
Huh.
higher against Pete. But no, I
We'll
think that
see what I can get off for magic. That's the magic thing. Can I kill the artillery?
Can you kill the artillery? Yes. There are plenty of strong players coming in over here. There are plenty of strong lists coming around also.
I'm excited to come. I mean, I'll be there, Friday night, I think I get in? Late,
All right.
and then, yeah, I will be there bright and early.
I will probably be getting in stupid late, either like early Saturday morning or late Friday.
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing the battle report, the list review with us, and thanks for watching. Like if you like if you didn't like, subscribe if you liked or didn't like, and thanks for all the wonderful guests to help us put another video for the channel. And we'll see you guys at the tournament. Peace.
That again.